We're now going to switch now to Mark Despotakis, who is live at the Clarion Courthouse once again. Mark?
Thank you very much, ladies. We've been down here taking a look at some of the numbers, and I have the sheet of the numbers that you have announced. One thing I want to talk about here briefly is the Clarion Borough Council race. Looking at the numbers so far, now this is with 2 of the 3 precincts in the borough in, so this could be telling we don't have the precinct that voted over at the Fine Arts Building on the university campus, but currently we have Elaine Moore ahead with 20% of the vote, 20.45%. Now, you do elect 4 out of these 6 candidates. So far, the 4 that are ahead are Elaine Moore with 20%, Jim Crooks, who we had on our air here just a few minutes ago, with 17%, Ron Wilshire, who you may remember from Clarion Borough Council from some years back. I remember reporting on him just about 2 years ago as president of council. And also Rich Herman at 14%. So those are the 4 in the lead. And we have Mel Riffer at 14.01 currently on council, as well as Ray Austin, current president of council, currently in last place with 13.85%. And the kind of vote tallies we're looking at is we're looking at about 300 votes for each person in the 200, 300 range. So one precinct certainly could come in and sway this. Who knows which way? Who knows who'll be on if we'll have all of the incumbents back. So as I said, there were 6 running. 4 of those are going to be elected. 3 running are incumbents. Will they be back? Will they not be back? That remains to be seen. We will certainly be looking at the numbers again. Hopefully we'll be getting more results for you later tonight. For now, live at the courthouse, I'm Mark Despotakis, TV5 News. Back to you.
Thanks, Mark. TV5 News coverage of election 2001 will continue. When we come back, we'll have final thoughts with Professor Kevin Yurno and Mark Despotakis. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're going to speak one final time with Professor Kevin Yurno to see if he has any final thoughts on election 2001. Professor Yurno?
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having me here tonight. It's been a pleasure to come down here and be part of Channel 5 on this election night coverage. Again, I just remind you, I am speaking tonight as a private citizen and a member of the Democratic Party, with an occasional comment or two that's as a professor, particularly, I guess, with the Green Party information. But final thoughts here tonight, I guess what I would say, we need to still pay close attention to these final results with the local elections. Certainly, we're pretty pleased with the results so far. It looks like at least one major race, the race for coroner, is going the way the Democrats certainly would like. When you look outside of Clarion County and look at the bigger picture, certainly here in the state of Pennsylvania, we should definitely be looking at the state Supreme Court and what's going to happen between Eakin, the Republican, and what's going to happen with Kate Ford Elliott, the Democrat. That's certainly a major race. You've seen a lot of ads on television, a lot of mudslinging, so be very curious to see what happens there. Outside of the state of Pennsylvania, you see major governor's races in the state of Virginia, between Warner and between Early. That is a major governor's race. Also, you look in New Jersey, where you have a governor's race as well. And in both of those states, Democrats hope to do well. Virginia is traditionally a Republican state, but it's very close this time around. New Jersey is a pretty strong Democrat, and the candidate there, Jim McGreevey, hopefully is going to win, the Democratic candidate, but they should be close. The other major race is the mayoral race in New York City. New York City is overwhelmingly Democrat. It's almost 5-to-1 Democrat, and yet the current mayor is Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, who's been widely praised, and I think in many cases justifiably so, for his leadership during these very troubled times since September 11th. The race there is very interesting because it's between longtime city advocate Mark Green and between the entrepreneur Michael Bloomberg. It's a dead heat, at least according to the polls, in a city that should be overwhelmingly Democratic. So we'll be very curious to see what happens there. Thanks so much for having me tonight, and we'll see you around the block.
Thank you, Professor Yurno. We're going back to Mark Despotakis live at the county courthouse for one final time. Mark?
Thank you very much, Courtney. We don't have any new numbers for you yet. You've heard some of the numbers before. We're talking in Clarion Borough Council so far. Elaine Moore is winning, and if I can just kind of fumble through my papers on live television here for 1 second. In the sheriff's race, we have William Peck currently leading with 57% of the vote. Daniel Hornberger with 42% of the vote. In the other big county race, the coroner's race, incumbent Raleigh Burns leading with 52% of the vote. Challenger Republican Rick Goebel is in at 47% now. That's the county races with 11 precincts counted. Now, as I understand, this is probably not going to be a late night here because most of the precincts have brought their ballots to the courthouse. At last check, there are only 3 precincts in the county that had not actually brought their ballots down here. One of those precincts, we understand, is from the Marwick Boyd Fine Arts Center at Clarion University, where the Clarion borough ballots will be from. So we have probably about 2/3 of those borough ballots in. So it's probably not going to be a long night for those waiting for the information down here. We, of course, tomorrow night will bring you the latest on all of these races on TV5 News at 8. For now, reporting live from downtown at the Clarion County Courthouse, I'm Mark Despotakis. Kelly and Courtney, back to you.
Thanks, Mark. That's all for this edition of TV5 Election 2001. That's right. Don't forget to tune again tomorrow night when Carrie and Jackie Newland bring you the latest election news on TV5 News Live at 8. From everyone here at TV5 News, thanks for watching and good night.